Land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the indigenous families and their lands on where we begin our work today. We come from a place of respect and gratitude to know we work, live, and learn on their lands. So here is me introducing myself. I am Joyita Mondal from CPHRBC Yukon. I manage the professional mentoring program. We have with us today Brian Anderson, Customer Success Manager from Mentor City. And we have our team of MRMs, Quinn Davey, Carolyn Taylor, Rita Kohler, and Tim Reed. The agenda of today's session. So we start with the participation overview, the key highlights, the program timeline, the roles and responsibilities we all have towards the program, setting you for success, how to apply to this program, some FAQs, the Mentor City overview run with Brian Anderson, and then some questions. Here is the participation overview. So please comment for the period of 4 months. We have shortened the program to a 4 months period. Set aside a minimum of 1 hour every month to connect with your partner. Track your interaction using the Mentor City platform. Prepare for each meeting, that is, keep an agenda ready, have some relevant questions before you join your partner for a session. Sign the mentoring agreement and confidentiality agreement. You would find them on the Mentor City platform. Contact me if you have any trouble about your partner or have to discuss something. You have to be a member in good standing with CPHRBC Yukon throughout the program. Some key highlights. As we just mentioned, the program is shortened to 4 months. So the first cohort runs February to June. We are aiming to have a second intake this calendar year. We will announce the dates soon. The professional mentoring program is to be administered going forward using the online platform Mentor City. Using Mentor City, all the participants would have autonomy in choosing and agreeing to the partners that they want to work with. The online platform is designed to be user friendly and is equipped to facilitate a seamless mentoring experience throughout the relationship. Mentors may choose to mentor a student one on one rather than a cohort. Here is the program timeline. You can also find this on our website. Starting today, that is January 8th till January 19th, the applications are open for the mentors and the proteges via our online store. Today is the first info session, January 8th. The next one is January 17th. These info sessions are optional for you to attend, but we recommend that you attend them so that you know how this program would run. January 24th to 31st, mentors and proteges would be given access to the platform to build their profiles. February 1st to 14th, you would be guided through a self matching session where you could actually send a request to your partners. February 14th is the deadline where you can find and accept a match in Mentor City. And February 19th to June 18th is when the cohort 1 will run. You will also receive a feedback towards the end of the fourth month, basically, to talk about your experience. We come to the roles and responsibilities. So, as a protege, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. Please develop clear goals and objectives when you want and share them with your mentors when you meet them. Utilize the Mentorcity platform, and you will be tasked to send them, that is your mentors, an invite. Initiate the scheduling of the regular meetings and plan an agenda in advance. Allow flexibility about meeting time and places. Be willing to be coached and ask for feedback in a non defensive manner. Do not cancel any meeting unexpectedly or without notice to your partner. Refrain from requesting jobs or internship positions from mentors. Professional mentoring program is here to help you and develop you. We are not a platform to help you find a job. Roles and responsibilities for mentors. Please utilize the Mentor City platform. and accept at least one protege that you find is a good fit with you within the set timeline that you will find on our website as per the timelines for PMP 2024. Give sound, constructive, tactful, and honest reviews to your proteges. Practice active listening. Treat your protege as a legitimate colleague with potential for high performance. Provide help and serve as a sounding board for issues relating to your protege's goals. Roles and responsibilities of CPHR, BC, and Yukon. From our perspective, I would be here to support you and provide you with information about the program. Please contact me if you have any questions. I will inform you about any information session that we are hosting, special dates, deadlines, updates, news, and resources that you need to keep in mind or follow. Our program is a self guided program utilizing the MentorCity platform. We will send out a feedback survey at the end of the fourth month, and we will address any issues brought to us in a very timely manner. Here's setting you up for some success. Be flexible with meeting time, states, and formats. Discuss expectations and boundaries at the very beginning. Summarize each meeting and set up the next meeting as soon as you can, of course, after consulting with your partner. Utilize the MentorCity app or the platform that's available on your as a website to plan your agenda, discuss topics, and in advance come prepared to every meeting. Try attending events together. It could be virtual or in person to build your skill sets and knowledge base. This really helps. Respect each other's time and commitment. And don't forget to have some fun. Be curious and open to learning new things, share your knowledge, and build new connections. Overall, have a beautiful journey. Here is how to apply. Log into your account. That's on cphrbc.ca member login. Go to the online store, and these are the three kinds of application that we would be receiving: a mentor application, a protege processing fee, and so people who want to apply, we encourage this as well to apply both as a mentor and a protege. Click on select the item and complete the transaction. For mentors, there are no charges. For proteges and for people wishing to be both proteges and mentors, there is a $25 for student member fee and a $35 for others. Here is a quick screenshot. So here you see online store right here. There are the three kind of applications. Choose the appropriate one and complete the transaction. You will receive a confirmation email once your transaction is completed from mentor@cphrbc.ca. You will receive an email with a link and access details from CPHRBC Yukon at mentorcity.com on January 24th. Please be aware that no one will have access to send or approve any match requests unless you get another intimation. For now, on January 24th, please keep in mind you will receive a link with the details to build your profile. I will open the access to send match requests from February 1 to February 14th. Please be mindful of the dates. These are again present on our website. Mentors, once you have received an invitation, you have 3 days to respond to it. Please note, you may also decline an invitation. Some FAQs before we begin. As a mentor, how many proteges can I have? So as a mentor, you can have a maximum of 3 proteges. That's the maximum. You can have one as well. How many mentors can I have? You can have one mentor. Each protege can have one mentor. Can I be both a mentor and a protege? Yes, you can. What if I already have a mentor or protege that we have agreed to work together? So in this case, both of you would have to apply separately as a mentor and a protege and then send in the invite request. What if I want to continue my mentoring relationship with my past partner? Same thing, you will again have to apply via the same method. Proteges have to make the payment, create their profile, mentors have to create their profile, and then send in the invitation to connect. Will there be another intake? Yes, we will soon announce the date for the next intake in this calendar year. Can student members apply? Yes, you can apply. So next, we will hand over this presentation to Brian Anderson to walk us through Mentor City. Please be aware that you don't have to keep everything in your mind. This is just to acclimatize you, to make you see how the platform looks, and we will guide you through the process. Thank you so much. Brian, off to you.
Thank you, Jaida. How are you, everybody? Thanks for joining me today. Let me share my screen and we'll get into it. All right, so when you first get access to the platform, the first page you're going to see is your profile page. So this is kind of the most important step, in my opinion, because it really gives your mentor, mentee a sense for who you are and what you're looking for in a mentor or as a mentee. So the time zone, very important. Make sure that the correct time zone is set, as well as the 3 words that describe you and the summary. So the summary, you could just put in a kind of a couple of sentences about your background, who you are, and then the development areas. Now, I'm a mentee in this program, so it's asking for my development areas or the areas that I want to, the skill sets that I want to develop with a mentor. If I'm in here as a mentor, this will say specialized skills. And it's going to ask pretty much the same thing. What skills are you good at? What skills can I teach a mentor or a mentee? Feel free to put as many as you want in here, especially if you're a mentor. All the skills that you're good at. It just kind of casts a wider net and kind of lets all the mentees know, what you're good at. Meeting formats as well. If you're more available online through email, what is it? What or any other ways, you can fill that out here. And then we have your CPHR information here. Now, if you're a mentor, this might look a little different. They might not ask all the same questions. Save and go to employment section. If you have any employment section in any employment, especially if you're a mentor, feel free to put that in here. And then the third page is, again, another important page. This really sets up the matching and kind of gives you like a 5-star rating for each of the potential matches, which I'll show you in just a minute. Now, your mentor or mentees are not going to have any idea what you've put here. So you can be as honest with yourself. This is completely confidential. And I would recommend being as truthful to yourself as you can be while filling this out. So fill out these couple here. And now we can go to save and find mentor/protege. And just one thing I want to mention before you start looking for a mentor or a mentee, it's always best to go to your dashboard and set up your availability right off the bat. So what this does is it tells the system when you're available, when you're not available, and what's the best times to book a meeting with you. So if I click on edit here, you can see that that Saturdays and Sundays I'm completely unavailable, and I have a 9 to 5 schedule Monday through Wednesday, and then open back up on Thursday and Friday. So a mentor can potentially, or a mentee can potentially book a meeting with me anytime on a Thursday or a Friday. Now, it's going to take both of the mentors and mentees availability into account. Again, I'll get more into that when we've matched with somebody. Okay, so just put what your schedule is like here. Again, make sure your correct time zone is displayed here. The system will automatically update the time zones for you. So if your mentor is in a different time zone, when you book at 2 o'clock in your time zone, it will update that time in their time zone. And I could also sync calendar as well. So we can sync Google and Outlook calendars. And what this does is it just heightens that availability. If I have a meeting at 2 o'clock, my mentor is not going to be able to book a meeting with me at 2 o'clock. So when you have that done, now you can start looking for a mentor. And to do that, you can click on mentors. And here is a list of all the available mentors for me. Now, it's going to look a little, the options are going to be a little bit different, or the options for the mentors are going to be a little bit different depending on your profile. The search results are going to look at what you have in your profile and kind of give you an overview of who's out there, along with that rating system. So I can see here that Jaida is a three-star rating for me, or a 3M rating for me. That means they're a good match, but there could be someone else better there. Now, if I want to look for a particular specialized skill, let's say I want to look at innovation. I can click innovation here, and I can click on save and search, right? So there's one person here that is good for it, that knows innovation. So what I can do then is I can click on their name, and I can find their entire profiles, kind of see what else they're good at, what their background is, maybe even some employment history if they've included their employment history. And then what I can do is down here, I can start typing in a message to them. So I can just kind of hit send invitation right now, and this is what will go out. So from the hello Judy to the sincerely Brian Anderson is what will go out. However, I can customize this message here. And one thing I will say for the messages, kind of keep them short and simple and about the person you're sending the invite out to. Don't send them a whole wall of text for them to read through. Keep it nice, short, simple, to the point, why you want to work with them, what stood out there in their profile to you. That's just a little tip that I've picked up over the years. So now I can click on send invitation. And now an invitation is sent out. And I can, now it's just about waiting for that invitation to be accepted. If I feel that that she's taking too long to respond, or there's someone else I'd rather work with, I can click on this button here, withdraw this request. And I think it's because she's accepting it right now. But I can click on withdraw this request. That will pull that request back, and I'll be able to go search for somebody else. Okay. So once you get an invitation, you'll receive an email as well as a notification up here. This is the notification icon. Or when someone has accepted your invitation, same thing. The bell icon will light up, and you'll get an email saying that your mentoring invite has been accepted. And then you'll be able to go to connections, and you'll be able to see your mentor or your protege, whatever role you are within the platform. So now I can click on Quinn, and now I can start talking to her. So I can click on this little button up here, and that will take me to the message hub where I'll be able to actually interact with her. So I can go, looking forward to working with you. Send. And she'll be able to see that message right away and respond to me right away. That also works as like a instant messenger program, so we can actually have like a meeting like that, a chat log back and forth. Now, let's say her and I have we've spoken a couple of times over Mentor City, and we're ready to set up an actual meeting, our first meeting. I can click on schedule message here, new. And I can set the duration of the meeting. So the default's 30 minutes, but you can change it to 60 minutes or 90 minutes. I can confirm what type of meeting this is, if it's a video conference or if it's in person. If it's in person, the location you can put is like an address or even like longitude, latitude sort of thing. We're going to keep it at video conferencing right now. And this link here is the Mentor City's video platform. You don't necessarily have to use Mentor City to have your meetings, as long as that invite is sent through Mentor City. That's what counts. But if you prefer to have it over Zoom or something like that, you can just delete that that text and write or paste in your Zoom link. But for now, we're going to leave it with Mentor City. And now I can start picking the time and date that I want to have this meeting. Now, like I said before, the availability is based on both of our availabilities. So you'll see here that Saturdays and Sundays are completely crossed out, meaning even if Quinn was to go into her side and try to book a meeting with me on Saturdays and Sundays, it's not going to let her because I've mentioned that those times are completely unavailable. Same thing with Friday. I can't book a meeting on a Friday. I am going to assume that that's because Quinn has it booked off that she's unavailable Fridays. So let's do the 11th on the Thursday. So there's 2 time slots that are available, 3 and 3:30. But I'm going to click on 3 and I'm going to click on send request. Okay. Now an email goes to her letting her know that I've invited her to a meeting. She can accept that meeting or decline that meeting. Of course, if she declines that meeting, she has the option of rescheduling the meeting to a different time and date. You'll also notice that the number of meeting hours and the number of meetings went up. That is based off of the invitation that I just sent. So if that meeting actually goes on for 60 minutes instead of 30 minutes, I can actually change that manually by clicking the plus and minus button. Let's say that meeting only lasted 15 minutes. I can then change it to 15 minutes. So now let's say it's time for the meeting. There's a couple of different ways to get to that meeting. If you're the recipient of that invite, the meeting link will be in the email. From here, I can also click on view, and I'll be able to see when that meeting link. Or I can click on this button here, and it should take me right into the meeting room. Okay, so I'll just have to click on allow for my mic and allow for my camera. Fly, and now we're in the room. Okay, so I have my camera turned off here right now, but I can share my screen from here, or I can open up the chat box and I can continue our chat conversation through here. So if there's like a link I want to send her or some information, even an attachment I want to send her, I can type something in here, click on send, and we'll be able to view that indefinitely because it will be attached into the message hub as well. And when I click on the end call button, it'll take me right back to the message hub where I'll be able to then send off some action items or some notes that I took from the meeting. Back to connections. One of the first things I would say in a meeting is to look at the mentoring agreement. Okay, so the mentoring agreement is kind of important. It just kind of lets the both parties kind of know what to expect in the relationship. Only one person in the relationship has to fill this out. Then the other person, once it's saved, the other person can go in and look at the answers to that mentoring agreement. You can even download the mentoring agreement here, and it'll just download a copy of it into the PDF. Notes as well. These notes are not shared between your mentor or your mentee. These are notes strictly for yourself. So if you think of something you want to bring up with your mentor, in between meetings, you can kind of jot it down here, or even notes that you want to notes that you take during the meeting. You can jot them down here, and they're just saved within Mentor City. That way, you don't have to have multiple things opened up at once. And then we have resources. So under the resources, there's some Mentor City resources right now. Those would be really good if you're kind of stuck in the relationship and don't kind of know what to do next. Chances are you'll have an answer for that in here. Also, keep an eye on this every so often. Your administrators might post more up in here, which you'd be able to refer to both outside of the relationship and inside of the relationship. Um, so if you just go to resources, this will bring you back to the resources. Events. There's no events posted up right now, but your administrators might have events listed for you. You'll be able to find out more information about those events in here and register for those events. Get the app. This is where you can download the phone apps for Mentor City. They're also both on the both respective app stores as well. If you're on Apple or Google, you can just go to the App Store, search for Mentor City, and it's the first one that will pop up there. But you can also download them from here as well. Now we also have this need assistance. Please send us a message. What this does is you can type something in here if you're stuck within a relationship or you're having a technical issue with your platform. You can type in here, click on send feedback. A copy of that goes to your administrators, but a copy of that also goes to Mentor City. So if it's a technical issue, we'll be able to work with your administrators and get you a response. And then finally, down here, we also have some accessibility options as well. So we use a plugin called Accessibility. There's a whole bunch of different features if you need it. Chances are there's something that will work for you within Accessibility, and that is always down here. One thing I do want to mention: the phone apps are identical to the website. So you're not trying to learn two different platforms. If you know the web-based platform, you'll be able to take that knowledge and transfer it to the phone app very, very easily. And that's really it. Just to reiterate, if you do need assistance after this with Mentor City, you can use the comment box down here as well. Thank you very much. I guess back to you, Jaida.
And Brian too, if we have some questions specifically for you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Quinn. Okay.
Perfect. So I'll just help with the Q&A here. So I'm either going to pass it to Jaida if it's a process, or Brian if it's a technical one. So Brian, we had a question from Ashley and we weren't sure. So, in the meeting scheduler, if you put in your available 9 to 5, does that mean that the last meeting can start at 5, or that's the last a meeting could go till 5? So, you could book a 4 to 5 meeting, but you can't book a 5 to 6 meeting. Is that correct?
That's right. So you can't book a 5 to 6, but you can book a 4 to 5.
Great. Okay. So hopefully that answered that question. And again, you can check the Q&A there. Some of the questions that you might have already answered there. We did type out answers to a few there. Okay, once we get access to the website, will there be tutorials available? So again, this video is recorded that you can refer back to. It's pretty straightforward. We also have the support with Brian and the team as well. Anything else you can talk about, Brian, in regards to the support portion?
Absolutely. So within the resources, under 4 proteges and 4 mentors, the first link, it's called the Quick Reference Guide. that is a very good, helpful, just quick, I think it's 3 pages long of just, here, do this, then do this, then do this. It really helps out kind of getting started with your program.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's see here. I think the next question here, I think Jaida mentioned or answered Lisa's. Okay, so the one question, if you don't find a match during the self-matching, will you be assigned one? So Jaida, do you want to field that question?
Sure. So, once the matching is done, and if you cannot find a match, that is, you are welcome to connect with us, and we will deal on it on a case by case basis. But at the same time, there has to be a situation where you could not find a match, the reason for what that is. For example, if you are looking for somebody who's quite good with recruitment, with training and development, but your main focus is only recruitment, you therefore have to be a little flexible to find somebody who's already there, who have already applied. But at the same time, if there is no specific reasons that you don't know why you don't find a match or something, that would be really difficult for us because we only have the same repository what you would be able to see. So, cutting short, in case you need assistance, feel free to connect with us. But please also try to be a little flexible with your requirements.
Perfect,
That
thank you.
answers.
So yeah, we're not able to assign, but we'll work with you. Again, it'll be based on how many people actually apply. We always have a lot of mentors, and sometimes we may have to tap shoulders, but we really try and make sure that there's a lot of options there. This is the first time we've done this, so it is a bit of a learning curve for us as well, but we're here to help and make sure that everybody finds somebody. There's a question here from Charlene. Is there info on how you qualify to be a mentor? Can you just quickly go over that, Jaida, about who we're looking for and what qualifications you need?
Of course. Charlene, so to qualify as a mentor, first we need, of course, somebody who is in good standing with CPHR, BC, and Yukon. Of course, it's a membership benefit. And with that, you need to have some experience in the HR world. We, of course, invite everybody to be a mentor. Then if somebody has about 2 years or more of experience, that is recommended. And then, of course, you can try to find somebody who actually is seeking the same expertise that you have, can always invite you to be the mentor. So to be a mentor, these are the basic requirements. And of course, just talk about your skills so it's easier for people to find you.
Wonderful. So let's, this question for Brian, maybe, if an invitation is pending for someone, does it remove them from the eligibility list? So, and I think I think we need to clarify something here because it's talking about sending an invitation to a mentee when they've already been sent one. So maybe let's talk about the process and clarify it just a bit more. So leading with, building your profiles, and then it's really the protege who starts and how that works.
Absolutely, yes. So the protege is going to be the one that sends out the invitations. The mentors shouldn't be the ones that send out the invitations to a mentee or a protege. So if you're a mentor, don't search. Just wait for the invites to come in. Now, to answer the other question, the other part of that question, yes, if you're a mentor and you set in your profile that you can only take one mentee, then once you get one invite, then you're removed from the list of available matches until you have declined that invite. Once you decline, then you are back into the pool. Now, if you've said that you want that you can handle 3 mentees, then you can receive 1 invite and 2 other people can send you an invite. You are in the pool until you've used up all of those slots, so to speak. And once you've started declining them, then that's when you can go ahead and find someone else. That's why it's important for the mentors to constantly be looking into that and don't sit on invitations, accept them, at a reasonable time. That's also why, as a mentee, you can withdraw an invitation. If you've waited a couple of days and no one's accepting that invite, then you can withdraw it so you can go find someone else to match with.
Perfect, thank you. I think that's the same question Jackie has. Jackie, if it's not, please type a clarifying question in there, but I think it was multiple, just in regards to how the mentor and the proteges have to manage that. So again, yeah, the 3-day window and really making sure that the mentors are accepting or declining requests in order to move things along. So thank you. Yes, so a mentor can decline a mentee's invitation. If so, will the mentor have reasonable reason feedback for that? I don't think there's a requirement for that, Brian. Can you clarify?
There isn't a requirement, no, but the system does ask you if you want to send a personalized message about why you've declined. It's not a requirement, but it might be something to consider.
Right. Here's a good question. How well does Mentor City work with firewalls, Brian? Yeah, from a work.
Yeah, absolutely. So usually getting onto Mentor City is not a problem. Just like browsing it, getting on to the platform, usually not a problem at all. I don't think we've ever had a problem accessing the site. What we do sometimes have an issue with is the video calls. Sometimes the video calls, depending on the firewalls, the firewalls just don't like the video call. Now, there's 2 different options you can overcome that by using something else like Teams or Zoom. Or what you can do is, if those aren't an option, you can put into the feedback request that you are having troubles because of a firewall. We do have whitelisting options for firewalls available. So just get in contact with us, and your administrators will reach out with the proper whitelisting information.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm going to dismiss that question. Does a request expire? Yeah, I think that's the 3-day thing. If a mentor isn't responding quickly enough, does the mentee potentially lose out if others are taken? Additionally, could the mentee withdraw the request? Yeah, so I think there's that 3-day expiry to move things along. But Brian, can you just focus on that for just a quick answer? Thanks.
Yeah, the system doesn't automatically decline decline an invitation on your behalf. That's why it's important that everybody's kind of prepared to kind of go in there once they get an invite in a reasonable time. Go in and accept the invite, decline the invite, or if you've waited 3 days and that is still not responded to, withdraw that invitation so that you can message someone else right away. It's really important just to be on top of this stuff. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
Thank you. I think we talked about this, but I will just clarify again. Do the matching requests go both ways? Again, it's the proteges who are going to reach out and do it that. However, Brian, if you want to speak to the way that they can do it on Mentor City.
Yes. So for this program, if you're a mentor, just wait for those invitations to come through. Don't go searching for a protege. Just leave that option alone entirely, and you'll get invitations. It might take a day or 2, but they will come. Trust me. And then once they come, don't just take care of them right away. Don't sit on them. Decide whether or not right away whether or not you want to work with that protege, accept or decline.
Great. Yeah, so it's a little bit more ownership here. Again, there's a period of time that Jade has set aside, and we're here to support during that time if you're wondering. So we're here to help you with that as well. Just watching the time. Okay. If somebody's already got an account with Mentor City through probably maybe some other organization or maybe in their company, will there be a challenge signing in through the CPHR link?
No, it shouldn't be. Sometimes there are some difficulties, and if that's the case, reach out to your administrators and we can help them out with that. There's a very easy fix for it. But when you're signing up for CPHR's program, make sure you use the same email address and the same password that you've previously used. You won't have a problem then, and in fact, when you go up on the right-hand side, right-hand side of the screen, you'll see your name. And if you click on your name, one of the options will be switch program, and you'll be able to switch easily between the two programs then.
Okay. Kind of like Slack. I think you can have different channels. So something similar to that. Okay.
Very similar to that. Yeah.
Great. Perfect. The app is Heba is asking about where can it be accessed, but that's either on the Mentor City website or that'll come through the actual platform that we send as well. So you can just download it through any of the stores, either on Google Play if you're using an Android or the Apple one.
And can I just add something to that too?
For sure.
So for browsers, Mentor City officially supports on Windows, Microsoft Edge, and Google Chrome. Those are the only two browsers on Windows we support, and with Mac, it's Safari and Google Chrome. So as long as you're using one of those browsers, you should be fine.
That's great. Good to know as well. I think those are the most common. Okay. Let's see. Some stats, just generally, Jaida, do you want to answer this one about the mentors and the proteges? And from there, can you see that question?
Yeah, sure. I do see the question. So, generally, we do have a lot of, till the last 2 years, we have been able to match mostly everyone, actually everyone, but that's our first goal. But then it all depends on the number of applicants we receive each year. So, yeah, this year as well, we are hoping to get equivalent numbers of proteges and mentors. So we can pair, like, we hope that you all get a match, but we will definitely work on a case by case basis with you if in case you have any questions.
Yeah, we have wonderful mentors who also step up and mentor more than one individual. And now with the online platform, the accessibility and being matched and having greater geographic range has allowed the program to also open up more opportunities rather than just being matched regionally, which is when some of the feedback that we received that people wanted to expand their horizons and their connections. So we're really hoping that will also expand. And so, yeah, we have a lot of mentors. And of course, if you as an individual are in a position where even if you've just come out of school and you're working for a year, you would be a great candidate to mentor our students. So do consider being a mentor, even if you are just first or second year into working, and then also search for your own mentors. So doing that, being open to both, really opens the platform for multiple people to join. All right, we're getting close to the end here. And there's one last question here. Yeah, a question in regards to the mentor protege meetings and guidance and templates for goal setting. Jada, did you want to refer to that?
Absolutely. So we do have some articles that we will circulate, and these would be your guidance or templates that we used to send actually the previous years as well. But at the same time, please, as everyone's requirements are very unique and it depends on your relationship with your mentor. So you can definitely set up your own goals and then or carry it forward. But as far as templates and guidances are there, we can always send you some templates.
Yeah, and some of the materials that we used previously can be made available. All that support and resources we still have that participants can use. And then Mentor City itself has some additional resources and things that participants can take advantage of as well. So we have a lot of things brought together, which is great. So we've got both areas there. And yeah, just the app is just in the store that you can download. You won't be able to access it until you've actually gone through the application process and then been given the link to build your profile. So you can download the app and get ready. And you can do everything that you do on your computer, you can also do on your phone. So you can build your profile if you're handy like that. I couldn't do it, but you can do it that way as well. So yeah, you can access it either way.
Yes, to add to that, so the first step would be to complete your application and then wait to get an email from where you would get your login information as well as the link. So you can always download it beforehand, but the login information would be there in that same email that you can expect around January 24th.
Perfect. Yeah, so as somebody asked, from now until the 19th is just simply purchasing the processing fee or putting your name in as a mentor or both. We get everybody together and then we upload you, or Jaida and the team will upload you, and then you'll be building your profile. You'll have time for that. And then we'll open the specific times for you to be able to do your matching. So we've got it in stages. You don't have to panic. We're going to walk you through everything. But right now, we're just talking about the program. We're getting people interested to see what the new program's about. And then right now, you can put your name, your hand up that yes, you want access and going to participate. And so that's up until the 19th. So there's lots of time. We'll have a second info session. Same thing again on the 17th for people who couldn't join us today. So yeah, I think we might have all questions here. Thank you for the thumbs up for Anonymous with the new system. Yes, change can be hard, but we have a lot of savvy people and young proteges and people. And we're very excited because now we can really expand the program and really bring more people into the mix who maybe otherwise wouldn't have been able to participate. Okay. Any other last questions, Jaida? I think we're good here. Brian, thank you so much. I'll pass it over to Jaida to wrap things up.
Thank you so much, Quinn. I do see a very last question here. So FAQ document. Yes, you can find the FAQ document on the mentoring page on our website. Please feel free to download it. It has a lot of information. For now, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And special thanks goes to Brian for guiding us through the Mentor City platform. Gratitude to Quinn and all our MRMs for the guidance, and Judy, who's been at the back end of this webinar, for her unwavering support. We look forward to welcoming you on the platform soon. Until then, stay safe, be happy, and please let me know if you have any questions. Bye.